What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're back here with the Acura RSX. We've done some modifications to the audio system already. So when we purchased the car, we actually had an amp and a sub already pre-installed. So we did install this Jensen 7-inch double-din touchscreen head unit. It's got wireless Apple CarPlay. It's been really awesome. And we did install brand new speakers in the front doors. And we have not done the rear speakers just yet. So what we're tackling today is these right here. These are Pioneer 300 watt max 6.5-inch speakers. These are the TSG 1620F model. They're two-way speakers, so it's got a sub and a tweeter built in. So this should provide a huge improvement in the factory speakers, which this car actually did have. So these are 40-watt speakers RMS, so these are going to be a huge upgrade from the factory. The factory is probably something like 15 RMS or something like that. And they do have 89 decibels for the sensitivity rating. So again, these should be perfect for this type of head unit as well. All right, so to install these, it's going to take a little bit of finessing, a little bit of work, but not really much needed. Let me show you what I picked up here. So number one, to make things a lot easier, I did pick up these little adapters. So they basically connect directly to the speaker, and then you can literally just unclip your factory speaker, pop this in. It's going to be a full plug and play installation. You're not going to need to bust out the wire cutters, nothing like that. It's going to be really clean. And then also, if for any reason someone wants to go back to the factory speakers, all of the factory wiring and connectors are going to be intact inside the panels, and then they can just plug in whatever they want to go with. To install the speakers on the rear, it's really challenging only because the speaker has this kind of three location screw kind of design. So we picked these up. Now these actually say for Ford and Mazda. Now I'm crossing my fingers that these are going to be the proper speaker adapters for this vehicle, for the Acuras and also for the Hondas. But this is going to take some trial and error, so we're going to check this out. And then also, due to the speaker design, you're going to see these tabs. There's going to be 4 on each corner. We're going to need to cut those off because the actual panel on the inside and the rear won't allow for that space. So we're going to need to trim those off, and it's going to be literally a flush installation. And again, I hope that these are going to be the right adapters for it. All right, so let's go ahead and hop in back, and I'll show you how to remove the panels, and we'll go from there as far as the installation and all the modding that's needed to get these installed. So let's go ahead and hop in back. All right, so we're in the rear of the car here. I've opened up the hatch. Hopefully you get some better lighting on what I'm doing here. So to take off the speaker grill, this is actually super easy. All you need is a pry tool. You're gonna find a lot of these, a lot of people using flathead screwdrivers. Definitely don't do that. I highly recommend against that, only because I really am trying to preserve the quality of this vehicle. So I picked up these plastic pry tools. I'll link in the description with these two. And these are just really soft plastic. They will not damage the interior plastics. This will get damaged before the car interior. All right, so let's go ahead and take a zoom in shot and see what we're dealing with over here. All right, so this is the speaker grill. You're gonna notice one little notch right here. It's gonna be the same for the other side as well. It's basically at about 11 o'clock. So you're gonna take the smaller end, put it right here in this gap, and just kind of pull away. And you can see that pops off pretty easily. Just go kind of all the way around. All right, so here's the speaker grill removed. That's what it looks like. Again, you're prying from here, removing that first clip, and then that second clip you just pull out, and then this will kind of pull up and outward. All right, so you can see here's the factory speaker. Let's go ahead and unbox these real quick. It'll include some screws. We may or may not need these, and then it'll have the wiring for splicing in, but because we have the adapters, we're not going to use these, so I'm going to tuck those away real quick. Now looking at the speaker itself, again, the car has a factory grill, so we don't need this. So here's what the speaker looks like. Again, we have these 4 tabs, and as you can see, that blocks it from getting fully installed because of the housing is exactly the same size as a 6.5. So even if I try to turn it around and squeeze it in, those tabs kind of block it from getting fully seated. So we'll have to basically Dremel those off in a little bit. So this has 3 screws, 3 Phillips heads. Just gonna go and leave them here in the cup holder so I can grab them easily later on. All right, once you remove all 3 screws, this is just generally gonna fall out of place here, just like that. And as you can see, I mean, for the time and for an OEM speaker, this is not bad, but again, we can definitely make a huge upgrade here. You can see the really tiny little magnet. So you're gonna look at the Pioneer, you can just see how much of a difference that magnet size is, with this one being probably over 3 to 4 times as large. And then the actual woofer material, it's a higher grade material and it's larger as well. This one also has a built-in tweeter, so the people in the back of the car also get some great sound quality. In this car, only the tweeters are up front, so everything back here is just all mids, and then we have the bass in the back. So this will give some really nice audio quality here for the rear passengers. But again, for an OEM speaker, this is not bad for being over 20 years old now, and it's not blown. I can guarantee you every Honda Civic of this age has blown cardboard speakers. All right, so like I said, there's one connector. Basically squeeze the both tabs on the left and the right. Pull out just like that. I'm gonna leave that there. So that's the OEM speaker there. That's the before and after there, side by side. All right, so, and yeah, this looks like, I mean, it matches up as far as the screw holes go. And yeah, it's a perfect fit. That works. All the screw holes line up. That should do it. So yeah, and then we have a bunch of little notches out here, and that's going to align with the speaker. So we just need to figure out which of the holes line up. Again, the tabs will not line up because the speaker is going to be too large. We're going to need to cut those off and then figure out which combination of these little cutouts will work for the orientation of the mounting here. These top two will definitely have to come off. All right, so let's go ahead and cut the video. I'm gonna go ahead and take a Dremel to this outside of the car, and then I'll come back once that's cut. All right, so quick change of plans. So of course I'm still gonna use the adapter, but instead of using any of these additional holes, I'm actually gonna try to adhere to the 3 that are factory and they're also that are already inside the car. So what I actually found out is, say if I align one tab like that on the top, I can actually make 2 tabs on the bottom. You can see I actually made the lines for the cuts and for the hole that I need to make. I actually make a cut here, roll this down, and then make a new hole for the screw. And then same thing with this side as well. And I'm basically going to recreate another one of these tabs here and here. So there's going to be 3 tabs. I'm going to keep this one, shave off the other 3, and then make my own 2 new tabs to make. For a cleaner installation, it's going to use the factory 3 mounting points in the car. I was going to resort to using the self-tappers. There is not only plastic but metal in the car that you would need to drill through, and I was trying to avoid that. So figured it's probably safer to cut through the speaker metal rather than drilling into the car metal. So I'm going to do that. So let's go ahead and cut these out, make our new tabs, and then cut off the 3 additional tabs, and then we'll have 3 tabs. So let's go ahead and do that. And to make these cuts, I'm going to use my Dremel here. So we got our cuts. Now we just need to bend this metal downward, make it flat. So you can see how that's basically making another tab here. We can also kind of smooth this out, round off these edges to make it a little bit more of a cleaner install and a cleaner look, but that's the functionality there for you in general. All right, so that's it. You can see we got 1 tab, 2 tab, 3 tab. Let's go and get our adapter plate with the factory 3 holes. Lining up the holes, and as you can see, each of the 3 holes line up I do need to widen the holes here, and like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and round these off so to make sure it'll fit inside the housing. But that's it in the most run there. I'm gonna go ahead and either cut these off, or I could probably just roll these up as well, just get them out of the way. But that's the install there. Might need to get some needle nose or something. All right, so moment of truth here, folks. Boom, fitted. As you can see, it hits that top hole right there. This bottom one will line up there, and that one will line up there. So that's all you got to do. As you can see, the folded tabs worked perfectly. This is able to sit fully flushed now. And we actually might not even need the adapters. Yeah, you know what? Just because of this tweeter that sticks out, we're looking pretty close as far as the clearance between here and the vent, that grate. We have plenty of room behind here where the magnet is and between the door panel. So yeah, the distance between the magnet and the door panel is not really an issue, or at least the body of the car, I should say. But yeah, this is getting pretty tight, so I might just be able to bolt it like this, use these factory screws there, there, and there, and we should be good to go. All right, so let's go ahead and connect the wiring harness, and then we'll just basically pop it in, plug and play. All right, y'all, so as you can see here, I got the factory harness and I got my adapter here. Now there's a little channel right here at the bottom, and that coincides with this channel right here. So all you do is line those up and they'll snap right into place. It'll be locked into, it's not going anywhere. And again, there's no need to cut your factory wiring. There's no need to splice it, no soldering needed. This is all plug and play. So say if you were to sell the car, you could put the factory speakers back in, take this if you needed to, or if there's any reason why someone would want to go back to a factory speaker, they still have that connector in place. Before I put the speaker on, I'm actually going to put some double-sided tape. Probably put maybe 4 or 5 pieces around here just to take away any potential vibration. That's just something that I've always done, installing audio in cars. All right, so now we get our speaker, and on the back you'll have your 2 connectors, and again, these are appropriately sized, so the smaller one goes on the smaller tab, the bigger one goes on the bigger tab. Pretty straightforward. Alright, so verify those are tight, those are in there, looking good. Alright, so with the speaker, I'm going to go without that adapter. I'm just going to go straight in like this and use the factory mounting holes, the factory screws. So again, it sits just like that. After doing my cuts and the bending of the tabs, this fits perfectly. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with this bottom hole here. And this top one goes in the factory hole here, just like that, with the factory tab from the speaker. Just go and snug up each of these 3 screws. All right, so essentially everything here is wrapped up. All you got to do is pop in your speaker grill. 2 tabs on the bottom, kind of sit just like that. And it pops in. As you can see, we have some space between the speaker and when we're hitting that, yep, we got plenty of space there, so we're good. All right, so this one's all done. Let's go ahead and move on to the passenger side. All right, so let's go ahead and hear a before and after. So here's the before. And here's the after. right, so now that we've got everything situated, we've tested it, it works amazing. I've got all the connectors connected, I've got my double-sided tape, I've got all of the 3 screws torqued down properly, no vibration whatsoever. It's sitting there perfectly. Let's go ahead and finalize it with putting this grill back on. And we are looking good. Again, lots of spacing before we hit that speaker. I can't even feel the speaker in this grate after pushing it down, so we are looking good. All right, so let's go ahead and do a sound test of all the speakers combined, including the subwoofer.